Good morning, everybody, from Holland America, Koningsdam. Let's say it like the crews say. Goedemorgen morning, that's in Dutch. Selamat pagi, that's in Indonesian. So the captain just came on and made an announcement that masks are now mandatory anytime you leave your stateroom. So that means that COVID is still here on board the ship. So we'll see what that's all about. That's not good news. He did say that everybody that has tested has mild symptoms or no symptoms at all. So that's good to know that nobody's really sick. So I guess we'll find out what's going on with the Facebook group. So there's a Facebook group for this cruise, and they talk about, it's everybody on the Facebook that's on this cruise is on this group, and they talk about the COVID. But the problem with the Facebook group is some of the people overreact. So they're like, oh, when new crew members got in Honolulu, they all went into quarantine. And that's like normal protocol, right? So new people come on the ship and they go into quarantine to make sure they don't have COVID. But the people were freaking out about that. And then one lady saw an ambulance in Honolulu and she's like freaking out about that. So don't pay attention to the Facebook group is my advice. So we'll find out what's going on with that. But that's kind of scary that they're making an announcement that masks are mandatory at this time. So I'm going to put my mask on and go outside and find out what's going on and see if anybody knows anything. So let's talk about more of the ship today as we explore the Koningsdam.
At the moment we have a fault in our stabilizer system and therefore we are changing heading sailing into the swell. And then we need to reset our stabilizers by retracting them and then extending them again. So for the next 15 minutes be careful when moving about or stay seated. Hopefully this resetting will be sufficient to get our stabilizers back in operation. Apologies for the inconvenience.
If it's not one thing, it's something else. So after the captain made the announcement about wearing masks, then he came on and said that the ship needs to reset their stabilizers. So the stabilizer is what keeps the ship stable so it doesn't rock. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the ship into the waves, and then they're going to turn the stabilizers off and then turn them back on, and hopefully that will reset them. So it may be rocky for a little bit. We'll find out. Good grief. But then he did tell everybody to please sit down and have a seat. So I'm sitting here in our room just hanging out. I just got back from dinner. It was really good. I had a pho soup, which was good. Let me take my glasses off. So anyway, I just got back from dinner. It was really good. I had pho soup. Then I had sweet and sour pork and a lemon thing for dessert. Delicious. So then I get back to my room and I've got this note on the door and I'm going to show it to you right now. So let me turn the... So what it says is that everyone has to wear a mask. If you're inside or outside, the only time you can get away with not wearing a mask is if you're in your room or if you're eating or drinking. Otherwise, you need to wear a mask. And it also says that there have been cases of COVID identified on board, and they've done contact tracing, and all those people are in quarantine. So basically, they're trying to nip a COVID outbreak in the bud, which is good because I don't like this situation at all. It's kind of uncomfortable being on a ship with a bunch of other people and COVID spreading. So we just want to get it under control and not have it spread around. So I just read in the news that a ship docked in San Francisco and had 148 cases of COVID. It wasn't on the Holland America line, it was a different line, but still, that's a lot. So we do not want that on this ship. So we have a couple more days to go until we get to Canada. And then some people will get off and new people will get on, and then we're going to do the short 2-day cruise. So good grief. So of course in the dining room, everybody was talking about the captain's mandate for face masks. So some people were all for it, hey, let's nip this in the bud. And other people were not happy about having to wear a face mask because they said it's going to interfere with their vacation and that they paid a lot of money for this trip, which is true, they did pay a lot of money, but we don't want to get sick and not have a good trip. So I'd rather wear a face mask and have a good time than not wear a face mask and be sick the whole time. So it's like, good grief, what do you do? Catch 22 here. So everybody so far has been really good wearing face masks. I haven't been outside yet, so I'll go up there later and see if people are wearing them. But inside, they're doing a really good job. So A+ on that one. So last summer we did the Alaska cruise, and when we did the Alaska cruise, masks were mandatory, and like 95% of the people wore masks. So hopefully on this cruise, everybody else the rest of the time will wear their mask and be like they were on the Alaska cruise. So on the Alaska cruise, on the CDC website, we're in orange status, which means they had more than 3.03% of people had COVID. And on this ship, it's the same thing. We're orange status. So let's say that we stay in orange status and then put a red status. So that's what I know for right now. Not a whole lot. Today's video is going to be short because of the COVID scare. So we're just going to leave it at that. And if something else happens, I'll share it with you. But before I go, I want to share this beautiful sunset with you because it's just coming up right now. And you can see that the sun's shining in my eye. So let me turn the camera around and we'll end the video with the sunset from our balcony. So have a good night, everybody. Be sure to like, subscribe, and all that. And we'll see you tomorrow in the next video.